There's a common mistake that React developers usually make. When you want to listen to a Windows event, I see most persons use effect, which is usually okay, but there's a better hook I want to show you. This hook is called useSync external store, and it shines best for this kind of tasks. Let's say we want to listen to a Windows resize event and track with change in our application. So how do we do this with useSync external store? Let's head over to this usewithchange.txs file. We have set up a hook with useSync external store. UseSync external store takes in two functions called subscribe function, and get snapshot function. And this function is used to subscribe to a store. In our case, we are going to be subscribing to the resize event, and the subscribe function takes in a callback. So the callback is usually a function, and this function is the get snapshot function. It's going to be passed into this subscribe function. Here we are going to be subscribing to our windows.resize event, and we're going to add an event listener here called resize. So we're going to pass in the callback to the event listener, and we also have to return a cleanup function. We're going to return a cleanup function with window.remove event listener, and then we want to pass in resize and a callback. The callback function is usually the get snapshot function. So whenever there's a resize event fired, the get snapshot function is going to be called as the callback function. The return value from the get snap function is what we are going to return to whoever or whatever will be using the use with change hook. So let's create the get snapshot function. So we're going to create the get snapshot function, and what we want to return is window.innerWidth. And then let's head over to app.txs where I've set up basic JSX for you here. So all we can do is just create a variable called width, and then call the hook use width change, and then pass in this variable here, and we just call it width, and we add px and save. And when we save, you see that our server reload over here. So let's just run our dev server, and we'll move over to the browser, and voila, this is what we get. So let's try resizing this, and you see that whenever I resize it, it's changing, the width is changing, and it's reflecting over here. So feel free to use this, and subscribe and like for more.